Oh hey internet, what is up? Welcome back to Kaikan on the Type QQ gaming channel. We're using the blast ship. We're going for the 1cc. You know the drill by now, I hope. This run is bittersweet, and I would say more bitter than sweet. However, there are a couple like highlight moments, particularly the first level here, which is gonna go pretty damn well, I would say, at least for our standards. The rest of it is kind of like making the best out of a bad solution, or bad situation rather. And just kind of trying to stay optimistic. Lately, outside the channel, I've had a lot of like shit on my mind with when it comes to like doctor and health shit. So, um, you know, uh, to make a short story of it, like my concentration on some of these games is really lacking, and I find myself just kind of daydreaming and drifting off, and likely playing pretty shitty, and not just in Kaikan, but in like every game. Where I feel like it deserves a little bit of concentration. Nothing terribly serious. Not another like reason to like throw up another like ankle gate flag or anything like that. But it really does seem like like I just can't get a break sometimes. And not to be like edgy or complaining, but like I just want to live my it just comes to a point like I just want to live my life. I just want to raise my kid. I don't want any more issues. I don't want any more drama. And it just seems like when I you know cross one hurdle or jump over one thing, there's something else in the way. So I feel part of that is what really like hinders this run. Something stuff I can feel. Like if you're playing a sport and just when you start to play in the first inning or quarter or period, and you're just like, I'm just not seeing things. I'm just not, my attention's not there. I just don't have this sort of alertness or concentration really. And I certainly felt it, and not just today, but in the I would say last couple days, which has been kind of why I've been almost leaning on some of these adventure games a bit more, that aren't so much like a high speed, high risk, arcade games like a lot of shoot 'em ups are. But it's not that but I'm still going to try. It's just that I feel it's a bit more difficult when you give yourself such a handicap, and you kind of get results like this. However, as I was saying, the results for the first level are not so bad. A rank, not the largest milk ever, but 25 before the bonus, 29 after the bonus, 30 mil with a no miss bonus. So I think that's the highest we've ever gotten for a level 1. 30 mil. Not too shabby, considering if our if our aim is 100 mil for extend, that's a third of it. Well, almost. Um, um, in the first level alone, back in the day when we were complaining that we'll never get it at 50 mil, we're now doing 30 mil in the first level alone. So, and I think we can tell primarily by that 30 mil, if that's the best we've ever got, that it looked like 25 mil is kind of what you can expect if you kind of keep your A rank and do really well, and keep that going. Those medals, well, as we watch one drift off the bottom of the screen and drop to G rank, but yeah, stay on A rank is exactly what's going to be what brings us closer to our 100 mil extent. The boss bonus and the milking certainly helps, but what was it? I mean, I actually, when you think about it, if it's 20, 25, and then the boss bonus is bringing up only 5 more mil. I mean, I think in the long run it certainly does help. But yeah, I think the core of your points are going to be kind of how well you play in the levels here. And I think we'll actually see that come to fruition as well when it comes to later on in the stages when we don't play actually so well. And which comes probably more vitally important we play really good in these levels that we can contain, because, we've said before, and it's certainly more evident now, that some of these later levels, you're not really like, your item rank in milking the boss doesn't necessarily become first priority. Sometimes it's just like fucking surviving and killing everything you can, just so not for the medals precisely, but just so they're not on the screen shooting you to death. Level 2 boss here. He's got those 2 guns there. A little road of death. Nothing really too scary about that. There goes one gun here. Boom. And another one. You don't want to necessarily kill him too quick. But actually, that road of death is a good pattern to pick up. 58. 63. Is it a no miss as well? And a no miss. 65 after 2 levels. Can't really complain. 30 with the first, 35 with the second. I mean, and assumedly we can actually like hold our shit with these further levels. You'd expect maybe we get even higher payouts for playing decently. But yes, 65 in just 2 levels. Not so shitty, not so shabby either. At least for me, when you're talking about like really, we're just looking at survival. An interesting note about this level, as I was saying before, some of my concentration and has kind of wavered in these last couple of days. There's a few lost episodes that have fallen into the recycling bin and then thusly like purged from memory. Oh, as we get hit there. There was actually one of the runs I actually was able to proc the extend after this river area with just our basic attack. I think I remember being very close and kind of spastically shot back and forth, but I was able to get it. So it's not entirely impossible without without a bomb. But as we kind of got our asses pounded across the river there, yeah, really missed out on that extend that we really could use. Up to 70 mil already. But unfortunately, this is kind of the stage of the game where our points start to really become harder and harder as our item rank drops, as we're getting hit and beat up, and really just playing more for the defense than we are anything else. You know, 65 in the first 2 levels, but that's primarily when we're on the offense. Coming into this boss with a C rank, I'm not sure if these medals are gonna change it too much. No, still C. But the big problem is that we don't have a bomb to protect this life, and this pattern here is still a motherfuck. It is still. What am I to do? You know? And there goes one of our lives. And not even fucking around. I don't even care. Able to milk a little bit there, but I mean, what the hell are G rank medals? Who cares? 64. Yeah, no bonuses after 74. Excuse me. So you can see how we got a 4 mil bonus for just beating that boss with the milk. Yeah, for getting our ass beat. Pretty bad stuff. But we are just about 3/4 of the way of getting our extend. Hoping to really capitalize here. I mean, this is certainly a level that can give you a lot of medals, but there are a few things that really fuck us. You know, the lasers later on. You know, no matter what I do, there's not a position that I feel particularly comfortable with. And this particular enemy there, with his shots there. However, we were able to kind of fight that off. However, we got hit with the medals. Oh no, excuse me, hit with those guys that kind of rushed us down. And I stopped firing to collect the medals, and there were just so many of them that kind of crashed into us. So for future future attempts, we're going to just have to say fuck to the medals and then just collect as many as we can, but continue firing. Luckily, like I was saying, there's just so much going on in the stage. You know, replenished our bomb gauge. We're back up to item A rank. And we wish to keep it for very long, but we just lost it just to push as soon as we have it. Alright, so we're coming across. There it is again, this boss here. Luckily not pushing us dead center, but still, it's that, you know, it's just a perfect combo. He's the same ship that he comes in the earlier early in this level that has those sort of shots that kind of take that 90-degree turn and hit you. Along with those two lasers on the side, and it's just such a narrowly missing that with no skill of our own. Yeah, so there's just getting that bonus there. So yeah, it's a sort of a combo, or like a, you know, perfect storm of bullshit, where it's already an enemy that we have a little difficult time timing on his attacks with lasers that know we're going to be kind of dead center on the screen. Evil stuff. Bad dodge, real bad dodge. And now we're sitting on our final life here. There goes our bomb as well. 80 mil. But you can see how slow things are getting. You know, in this first level, 65 mil, and then in these third and fourth stage, yeah, 28 mil. So there's the difference for you. There's the math for stage 1 and 2. You know, 65 with yeah, 3 and 4, 28. Is that the math? It seems so. Not very good. No, that doesn't sound right. My math is off. Yeah, was that 18? Yeah, even worse. And there it is, boom, dead. What can you do? So yeah, it's frustrating that, you know, we're so close to our extend that could really drag things on at 83 out of our 100 mil. But the first two stages were really good, and oddly enough, a second place, strange. But that's going to be it for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, do all that stuff, and we'll come back and play some more Kaikan in the future.